While this is a book I'm about to gush over and tell you that you should definitely be reading, it is a pretty dark tale. So let's start off with some good news. It's also a duology. One of my favorite accounts on here, Baby Got Paperback. Not only does she have the best name on Book Talk, she has solid recommendations, very diverse, and she knows what's up when it comes to great literature. So I was very pleased to see that there is a second book, and I can't wait to see where this story goes. This was published, I would say, in the last 10 years, and it makes me really regret that in my youth, I didn't have this YA option when going through school. The author is Canadian. Specifically, she's part of the Métis Nation. And with this book, she won a ton of awards and saw her book placed on a bunch of lists. And that's because even though this is a dystopian novel, you can take it as a metaphor for the Indigenous experience or a cautionary tale. We're looking at a world that's decimated by environmental catastrophes, things that are starting to take place in our own, like rising sea levels, diminishing water supplies, and pandemics that jump borders. The illness in this one is going to be one that's based off of madness, where it seems to affect different parts of the population. Everyone's decimated by how the world is falling apart, but those who are indigenous are staving off madness because they are still able to dream. This results in their persecution and taking over old systems of oppression to continue the theft of indigenous resources, this being their very bone marrows, their very essence to dream. Our main character is a young Métis Frenchie who from the very first pages is separated from his family and is trying to make his way in this frightening new world as he's being hunted. Even though this is a violent story, the way that the author handles such terrifying events is there's a weight and heaviness to what she's depicting, even if it's fictional, without it being too traumatizing. I can see why this was selected for YA audiences. But just because it is a YA novel doesn't mean that it's not applicable to an older group. If you like reading things that are too close to our reality, then this is a book that you should be picking up. Have you read The Marrow Thieves yet?